got some nice winter coats on, and they're just grazing off a Italian ryegrass today. Hello, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's well. It's a good day. It hasn't been cold today, a little bit misty, a bit drizzly, but we're cracking on well. See Dad, we're in now. The last of kind of the smaller slopey fields. This one, Dad's now getting opened up, is around about an acre, 2 verges in total. And yeah, just getting it finished. It's tiny really. Can't quite use, you'll see at the 145, a new 145 actually. We'll show you a bit that, talk a bit more about that Sunday's video. But can't use the banks on the back yet, it's just too small this field. By the time you've got the tractor, a power harrow, it's too big a gap, so we're using the crawler still. Ground is, yeah, drying pretty well. It is taking quite a long time. This field was ploughed a day and a half ago. It's misty day, not a great drying day, but it is, to be fair, this is heavy soil, and you can see it's not too bad. A little bit clumpy, but it's heavy old ground this. It'll all be lifted with a little hand elevator as well, and the guys just pick the potatoes up, so it's not like we're harvesting with a harvester and need the ground to be perfect. 30-inch row spacings now. Unlike, you'll see that above, those are our steep bacotes. That was all planted if you've seen previous videos a few weeks ago. We're now in the field slightly below. So we're getting, this will be the penultimate field we use this machine, and then we'll be all with the GPS opening up for the bankers. And yeah, what we do is all the rows get opened up, then we go and we lay the trays out, or lay the boxes in the field for the guys then to come and plant. And yeah, as we mentioned before, we're planting, we judge it on how many we plant per box, so we're doing five to a box, which works out, well, depends. If you're tall like me, it's 15 or it's 17 for an arto, so it all varies. But then the guys will come in once the boxes are laid out, and they can then start planting. And they know they should be planting the box in between that and that box there, and they work their way through. So I say, good to get on, much more efficient when we can get ahead, get fields opened up, get boxes laid out, and they plant it really quickly. And then Pawel has just started in the background, started closing. It's another little field, Pawel just getting topped off as well. They just hopefully going to be ploughed with this one. That's one of our biggest fields, that one. Can't really see it there, but it's 24 verges, just about 11 acres. One of our biggest fields. That's like the biggest field you'll get in Jersey. One of the biggest. And then, yeah, so he's just getting this little one topped off as well. This has had a cover crop in it, and this will be rotavated. Well, I'll probably be ploughed straight in actually, because there's barely anything on top here. So getting it topped off and still getting land ready to be ploughed in the next few days. Whilst we're here, John's also here in the Massey. Again, I say it's not ours. We wouldn't have a Massey, wouldn't dream of it. We love John Deere's. That's John's tractor, and he's doing the ploughing for us. He's getting this field here ploughed. This is actually an organic field. This has been in a grass. No, this is actually in courgettes, organic courgettes last summer, or last early summer. It's then been in a Italian ryegrass with a bit of clover cover crop. That's been grazed off, rotavated, and now being ploughed in. And it's coming up beautiful actually. This will be left for dry for a couple of days, and then hopefully plant this on Saturday. This will be our the first outdoor organic field to be planted. This follows on from the polytunnels, which you'll have seen us planting in between Christmas and New Year. So fingers crossed we can get this in, and that will help ensure that we follow on nicely. It's really important, that's always a tricky thing, is why we don't go too early with our polytunnels. If we put them in early, we could do them earlier. We could plant the polytunnels in November. We could be harvesting first week of March, but we know there is no chance that we'd be able to basically plant outdoor potatoes for them to be ready to follow on from when we harvest the polytunnels. So we hold the polytunnels back, grow them with an aim that we're harvesting those the first week of April. These will be planted this week, and then we hopefully can be harvesting these sort of third week of April. This field is about 5 acres, nice south-facing slope. Again, quite heavy soil. Well, not heavy for some of your UK lot who have really heavy clays, but for us in Jersey, this is quite heavy. You can see it's we wouldn't be able to plant this today. Very simply, my grandfather used to say, if you can roll it into a ball, like I'm doing there, that's too wet. And you can do that. So this will be left a few days, hopefully in the sun. But it's ploughing up a treat, really. Some years, in wet years, this field we wouldn't be able to do until March. We've had for, what's it been, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 5 dry days, and that's what it takes for us to be able to get in here and work it. So we had 5 dry days, then it's going to be ploughed today, left 2 more days, so it's just a long time it needs dry for us to do this field. But it's doing a lovely job, nice and even. Beautiful. So this is what we do when we haven't got the GPS. We have to stop, so we've opened up the ridges, putting out now with the trailer. We lay out, doing quite a few in here. Again, this is another tiny little field. So we're putting a big heap. Then I can power harrow this, then we continue opening up the ridges, and then we can lay these out as we go along. We're on some bigger seed in here, so we're going close. There's only 15 paces between these boxes now, and the guys are going about 3.5 potatoes to a box. And then Pawel's just got here to start closing. And you'll see above, these are our youngstock, our Jersey heifers, keeping an eye on us. So these are all like yearlings. These are the last kind of group that went out before the winter. All got some nice winter coats on, and they're just grazing off a Italian ryegrass today. So this is all we ploughed up for potatoes. Yeah, all looking well. So they've been out. We're fortunate grass keeps growing over here most of the year. So they're basically getting grazed on Italian ryegrass, and they get about 3 kilos a day of a concentrate. A concentrate is basically the pellets. And if you saw in the last video, that's the nut pellets, full of protein, vitamins, minerals, and provides them with everything else they need to keep growing throughout the winter months. But pleased with how they're looking. These will all go to the bull to be served in the next couple of months. And then there's one Angus in there as well. That's not a milking cow, that's a beef animal. But yeah, that's what we do. I say sometimes most of the fields will just graze off. It saves having to flail, and then we can just rotivate that. It ploughs in, and the heifers are also putting goodness back into the soil. So yeah, works well. So this is then Dad closing. Had a good day. You can see here the disc frame on the back. A little bit dark, but hopefully you can still see it. It's just basically putting a couple of inches of ground on top of the potatoes. Making a nice ridge. So we don't want too much ground. It's not like a main crop potato. It's just we want it to come up and get out of the ground quickly. It's early on in the season. Ground is still quite cold, so if we put too much ground, the seed takes too long to come out of the ground, and sometimes if you get a lot of rain after planting, the seed can actually rot and it'll actually never come up. So it's important we don't put too much, just a couple of inches, and that's what we want to do. Early on it's all the same, it gets dark very quick, but days are already getting lighter. It's also a misty day as well, so that does mean it's getting darker quicker. But very good day today. Nice not having the frost first thing. We'll actually re-ridge these as well. These will be ridged up now and then covered with polythene. Going to try and show you that in Sunday's video, get the process of the polythene laying. Then what will happen is when we take the polythene off, we've got another set of, we call them bankers, and that will then re-ridge and just freshen up the soil around the potato, and it helps stop greening and also just a bit of late weed control. These will all be pre-emerged. Some uncles will be spraying. We'll be spraying with a pre-emerge weed killer to control weeds before we put the polythene on. Obviously with the organic fields that's not the case, we can't spray, so that's all just natural controls, but it's a lot more costly and it depends what the customers want. That's why the organic potatoes are sold for more money, because of the higher growing costs. So thanks for watching today. Hope you found it interesting again. Say Sunday's video, try and show you a bit more about how the power harrows and the GPS works, and maybe also some of the covering of the polythene. So hope you all enjoyed it, and speak to you soon.